Hello class and welcome to my presentation on Nazi camps. They were around from 1933 to 1945 during the rule of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in Germany. The first type of camp the Nazis created was concentration camps, and this is where they kept people who might criticize them. When they kept them there to keep them away from the public so they wouldn't expose what they were doing. This included prisoners of war as well as Jewish people. It was made up of overcrowded barracks, which you can see in the picture on the top left. The camp was secured by barbed wire and watchtowers. You can see a picture of that on the bottom left. Guards were stationed in the watchtowers to make sure nobody escaped. Prisoners were clothed in rags, and they were given very little food and often starved to death. Forced labor camps were another type of camp the Nazi Party established. Auschwitz and Majdanek were two. The Jews were divided into two groups, those that could work and those that couldn't. Those that couldn't work were usually sent directly to the gas chamber to be killed, and those that could work were worked to death, and it was called death by labor. In two other work camps, Sachsenhausen and Harz, Jews were forced to work as slave laborers. They were sent out of the camps, and a few companies who used Jewish slave labor were Volkswagen and an underground weapons factory. Extermination camps were another type of camp the Nazis made. There were 6, and they were established to carry out the genocide or the killing of the Jews. All 6 camps were in former Poland, and their main purpose was mass murder. 3 million Jews were killed in extermination camps, which is half of the 6 million who were killed during the Holocaust. Chelmno was the first extermination camp, and it was made as part of the final solution to the Jewish question, which was the Nazis' effort to exterminate the Jews. In transit camps, Jews were held in neighboring countries of Germany, and they were transferred to concentration camps, work camps, and extermination camps. On Mondays, a cattle train would load up to 1,000 Jews, and they'd be transported back to Germany to the other camps. Many of the Jews who were held in transit camps had tried to escape and fled to other countries. And some of the Jews were held as exchange Jews, mostly ones who had British or U.S. citizenship, and the Germans held them there to try to trade them for 5 to 10 German prisoners. This actually never happened. The U.S. and British soldiers' governments did not trade German prisoners. And that is what we know about German camps.